Mexico is a huge country with an incredibly diverse landscape. My wife and I have spent the last 6 months in Monterrey, which is one of the largest cities and is widely considered to be the most wealthy area in the entire country. But after living in such a large city, we're looking to find somewhere a little more quiet, a little bit slower paced. And we were looking for someplace that has some more old school charm. So we decided to drive about 450 miles further south into San Miguel de Allende. This town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site founded in the 1500s and was a very important town during the Mexican Revolution. There is a deep, rich history here, but that's not the only thing interesting about this town. This has got to be one of the most unique places we've ever visited. There are lots of cobblestone roads going all throughout the town, and these roads are beautiful to look at, but not really so great to drive on. Some are definitely better than others. I have had to activate low gear a few times while driving around, but there are normal modern roads too, which we felt were a very welcomed infusion in this historic city. From these roads you can see some of the beautiful landscapes and just take it all in for a moment. At the center of the city is the famous Benito Juárez Park, and since we wanted to do a little sightseeing, we parked a little ways away and walked across a bridge that goes over what I assume is sometimes a river, probably a river during the rainy season. However, there was no river there at the moment. I'm guessing this view usually looks much different than it does now. From there we walked through a very upscale outdoor basketball court, then down a narrow cobblestone road filled with some small and beautiful artisan shops. Just walking down the road, you might not expect it, but almost every door on this road opens up to a boutique, or a jewelry store, or an arcade of small art galleries, or even a Starbucks. Across from the Starbucks is this massive, and I'm sure very old building which I believe is now being used as a bank. From there you can use the Parroquia de San Miguel Arcángel Church as your guide. Don't worry, you'll be able to find this church if you're anywhere in the vicinity, because, well, I mean, just look at it. It's easily the tallest structure around. So the park is in front of the cathedral and it's surrounded by small cafes and gift shops. We were very taken in by the vibe here. We ended up sitting down at one of the cafes and getting a smoothie and some chips with guacamole. If you're ever in the area, I would highly recommend. Next up, we just wanted to kind of explore around and see some of the sights. There are some incredible views to be seen. Now, to give you a brief overview of this town, and I'm getting this from Wikipedia, San Miguel de Allende is the principal city in the municipality of San Miguel de Allende, located in the far eastern part of Guanajuato, Mexico. The town's name derives from a 16th century friar, Juan de San Miguel, and a martyr of Mexican independence, Ignacio Allende, who was born in a house facing the central plaza. San Miguel de Allende was a critical epicenter during the historic Chichimeca War from 1540 to 1590, when the Chichimeca held back the Spanish Empire during the initial phases of the European colonization. Today, an old section of the town is part of the proclaimed World Heritage Site, attracting thousands of tourists and new residents from abroad every year. At the beginning of the 20th century, the town was in danger of becoming a ghost town after an influenza pandemic. Gradually, its neoclassical colonial structures were quote-unquote discovered by foreign artists who moved in and began art and cultural institutions such as Instituto Allende and the Escuela de Bellas Artes. This gave the town a reputation, attracting artists such as David Alfaro Siqueiros, who taught painting. This drew foreign art students, especially former US soldiers studying on the GI Bill after World War II. Since then, the town has attracted a significant number of foreigners from the US, Canada, and Europe, shifting the area's economy from agricultural and industry to commerce that caters to tourists and retired foreign residents. After we left downtown, we headed back to where we were staying, and we decided to stop by a bakery to pick up some tortillas and some other snacks, and check out what we had to choose from. We ended up leaving with way more than what we needed, and the prices were unbeatable. It's actually difficult to put more than 100 pesos, or about $6 worth of baked goods in one bag. So we bought enough to split the bag before we made it home. If you're still watching, leave me a comment telling me what area of the world you're watching from, like the video, and please subscribe.